beautiful souls. Today is March 17th, 2025. Here in America, we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Today is a fifth line day, and fifth line has the themes of universalization and pragmatism. So maybe you'll come across that, or you'll have that energy today as you go about your day. We are in the last couple of days of this channel of transitoriness. Well, we're still going to have it actually, because it is in these slower moving planets here. But the sun will be moving on. Maybe that'll make things less extreme. So today, the radiating keynote is the underground. And so we're going to be experiencing a frequency ranging from immunity to crisis as both generator and survivor, all the way through to self-betrayal, nervousness in times of crisis. So we're still experiencing that here. And that's being grounded in the gate of friction with a keynote of arbitration. Learning about the faith derived from analytical diligence and emotional control that permits a higher authority to judge a conflict. And the frequency here, the energetic frequency here, is a sensitivity to conflicts can lead to avoidance of intimacy. This gate can be about a fear of intimacy, all the way through to an insensitivity to the concerns of others in conflict. And that's what our grounding energy is. And so today, interestingly enough, the coins gave us also 35. So we've got a lot of 35s here. Because there's 35s in the transits, and now there's 35 here in the coins. This is about progress. And you can see we had a couple of moving lines here at the first and the second. And so what does progress want to teach us today? What do we want to learn? What does it want to teach us about the nature of progress? The hexagram represents the sun rising over the earth. It is therefore the symbol of rapid, easy progress, which at the same time means ever-widening expansion and clarity. The judgment. Progress. The powerful prince is honored with horses in large numbers. In a single day, he is granted audience 3 times. An example of progress. This pictures a time when a powerful feudal lord rallies the other lords around the sovereign and pledges fealty and peace. The sovereign rewards him richly and invites him to a closer intimacy. There's that theme of intimacy too. A twofold idea is set forth here. The actual effect of the progress emanates from a man who is in a dependent position and whom the others regard as their equal and are therefore willing to follow. This leader has enough clarity of vision not to abuse his great influence, but to use it rather for the benefit of his ruler. His ruler, in turn, is free of all jealousy, showers presents on the great man, and invites him continually to his court. An enlightened ruler and an obedient servant, this is the condition on which great progress depends. The image. The sun rises over the earth, the image of progress. Thus, the superior man himself brightens his bright future. The light of the sun as it rises over the earth is by nature clear. The higher the sun rises, the more it emerges from the dark mists, spreading the pristine purity of its rays over an ever-widening area. The real nature of man is likewise originally good, but it becomes clouded by contact with earthly things, and therefore needs purification before it can shine forth in its native clarity. The lines, 6 at the beginning. And this means progressing, but turned back. Perseverance brings good fortune. If one meets with no confidence, one should remain calm. No mistake. At a time when all elements are pressing for progress, we are still uncertain whether in the course of advance we may not meet with a rebuff. Then the thing to do is simply to continue in what is right. In the end, this will bring good fortune. It may be that we meet with no confidence. In this case, we ought not to try to win confidence regardless of the situation, but should remain calm and cheerful and refuse to be roused to anger. Thus, we remain free of mistakes. And 6 in the second place. This means progressing, but in sorrow. Perseverance brings good fortune. Then one obtains great happiness from one's ancestress. Progress is halted. An individual is kept from getting in touch with the man in authority with whom he has a connection. When this happens, he must remain persevering. Although he is grieved, then with a maternal gentleness, the man in question will bestow great happiness upon him. This happiness comes to him, and is well deserved, because in this case, mutual attraction does not rest on selfish or partisan motives, but on firm and correct principles. Okay, now let's look at our cards today. First we have the White Light Oracle, of course. And today's card is card number 26, Deer of Delta. And it looks like a mother and child, doesn't it? And so what does this say? Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negatives. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what once they knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding of vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 Hz to 4 Hz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury, and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system. Physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, not from the mind, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what the practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Tegate called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Tegate into a doe, so she would be safe from harm. Tegate teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then, there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged instead to remain true to yourself and find your strength within. In the healing process here, be seated somewhere comfortable. If you are a visual person, you can follow the visualizations below, allowing the symbols to enter into your soul without having to analyze or interrupt them. If you are more of a feeling person, read the description below aloud, noticing how any emotions or sensations that arise as you do so, and allowing them to soak into your soul without needing to analyze or interrupt them. To prepare yourself, connect consciously with your breath as it flows in and out. Allow the breath to become deeper and more complete, calming and centering you in the present moment. You may place a hand over your heart to connect with your inner essence. Relax. Allow yourself to become receptive at a heart level, open and willing to take in symbolic nourishment to empower, protect, and heal you. When you are ready, read and visualize or feel the following description. You can pause it on this page if you need to. You are at the edge of a green forest on a mild spring day. Sunlight filters softly through the canopy, creating a golden haze. A small clearing is illumined by the diffuse light. There, a sweet doe gently nuzzles at some grasses. She is peaceful and intent upon her task. The scene exudes a feeling of tranquility. You see that tranquility as a field of energy. It is a protective bubble of light that encapsulates the deer and keeps her safe. You have the sense that even though she may appear to be alone, she is protected. She's protected by an invisible field of grace. Despite her apparent vulnerability, you feel safety and power around Spirit Deer. She survives and thrives whilst being in her own true nature. Rest in this visualization or feeling for as long as you choose. If you wish to do so, allow that feeling of gentleness and safety to emerge from within your own heart and envelop you in a bubble of protective spiritual light as you drift into deeper rest or even sleep. When you are ready, emerge, place both hands at your heart, Allow yourself time to fully enter the here and now. Ground and hydrate yourself. You've completed your healing process. So that was card 26, Deer of Delta. Okay. Now let's take a look at Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. All right, today we got card 17, which is fairy energy. Growth, expansion, a flowering. Fairy energy. And what does it have to tell us today? Let's focus. There we go. The time has come for you to expand and come more fully into the being you can be. You are being offered the energy of opening up, of expansion, of flowering from the world of nature and the Fae, who will be sending energy to you for you to drink in. This will lead to a sense of confidence and inner warmth, which will extend out from you. You will feel open and safe to share who you are, and there will be a sense of speaking more, sharing more, opening up and expecting not so much support from the world of the humans, but support from the world of the unseen ones. These are the beings who, as they open up the life force within the blossoming world, can also turn that energy to the humans they love, of whom you are one. So the beauty you now share with the world will change the world. You will offer something kind, something loving, and something true. The world about you will blossom in return, and this feeling will extend into the people who are around you. There will be a time of love, a time of caring, a time when people are drawn to the radiance and beauty of your soul, which shines into the world. This gift is from the fairy, but the love and blossoming you experience is simply what was meant to unfold from within you. The Fae do this without expectation. For you, as you are, like a human flower to them. Thank them and care for the natural world in return. And this exchange of energy will flow on and on, for it is drawn from an infinite source of love. Illumination. Open up like a flower, for you have so much beauty to show the world. Guys, I think this was the message I needed to hear today. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoy these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, anyone who you think needs to hear these messages. And if you'd like to have a personal reading, go ahead and contact me. That is one of the many services that I offer. Another service that I offer is personal sessions, where I help to guide you on your journey to self-discovery and self-love. Currently, I am also offering for people local to the Sacramento area an introduction to human design in a retreat-like setting over at Asha Urban Bath House. It's going to be really fantastic. If any of this sounds interesting to you, please go out and reach out to me in the various ways, email, commenting, things of that nature. And I will see you next time. Remember, love yourself.